I mean,
That is
it
crazy,
doesn't-
man.
I'm trying to do my freaking recruiting income.
Yes, kitty.
Yeah, I'm doing recruiting as well. And I'm having a good time because I'm going to get 3 4-stars.
Do you want in?
Really excited.
Oh, dude. Guess what scenario I just got, Steady?
Don't click that.
I already did.
So it's raining?
It's a snow game?
Okay.
It's a snow game.
Okay, well, you have to not wear white.
Yes.
I'll wear gray.
One person doesn't wear white.
I'll wear gray.
One of the better rules we have.
And you have to wear something that would stand out, please. Because otherwise it defeats the purpose of the rule.
I'll wear gray.
It's not going to stand out.
Why, why wouldn't it?
Because it doesn't stand out.
Yes, it
It's
does.
white. Gray, it's not sliding.
Okay, I'll wear green.
Then what the hell am I going to wear? And we're all ugly all yellows?
Yeah, you gotta wear the 1950s one, Steady.
Okay, well then I guess I'll wear that.
Dude, wear the blue ones. Wear the blue uniform.
No, those are so gross. Nasty. I'll do it.
I'm kidding, I didn't get a snow game scenario. But
Damn, I didn't know that was like. Easy.
I imagine it would snow, right?
Cheers to contender playing time.
That seems like a possibility. In Green Bay?
Championship contender. Prestige.
I can't wait to definitely 100% get this guy. And championship contender trophy too. Yeah, this is where the trophy would have gone if we won. It's like an empty. It's just an empty spot.
Dude, imagine you lose every recruit because you guaranteed them a natty. And they're like, ah, freak this dude, he lied to us.
That sounds about right.
I mean,
Dude, that
would be-
should definitely be a coaching thing that you could do, where win like a national championship
Used to
game, and
be
you
it,
get every
like,
single
used to
recruit that
be-
you wanted.
Okay, well I don't know about all that, but it used to be a thing. Like when you're trying to convince somebody, you'd pick something to like sway them. You'd be like, I guarantee you're gonna get drafted in this round, or that you're going to, you know what I'm saying? That we're going to make the natty or win the natty. Now that's just not really a thing. Okay, so we have loaded up. We are going to get.
Do you need my stream link, Ragin?
More than anything in the world, Ron.
Hey, wow, this kid who's transferring, I don't know if he's a redshirt freshman or just a normal freshman. He's 95 speed. What if this guy is actually good?
Do you need my stream
Be a
link, Ragin?
sophomore. I hope it, I don't know. I have no idea.
More than anything in the world, Ron.
Hey, wow. So many players I'm excited for, dude.
Here, I'm putting it in admin chat, so whenever we start, you can just post it.
You know what's funny?
I heard that.
I took a 5-star receiver who looks like he sucks. Like, he's not a bust. He just looks like he sucks. I took one from Nick. He's just never gonna play. He's just slow.
That's what it's all about.
He's only 90. He's 6'6", 92 speed. So like he sounds pretty cool and he looks amazing. Otherwise, but he's just really slow. So hopefully that guy can be fast. And he's elite dev and he's like amazing. Like, you gotta be a little faster.
Gotta be faster than that.
Goodbye,
Gotta be
kitty.
faster.
I'm locking in.
I signed a 5-star bust quarterback, but he actually is star dev, so I don't know how he's a bust.
I would agree with you. I don't think that makes much sense.
Could play in like 5 years. It's a redshirt senior season. A 5-star quarterback commit. In real, they should transfer more, like these really good players, if they don't get any playing time. 'Cause that's what happens in real life. If they're not starting within like 2 years, they leave. No 4
Dude.
or 5-star player would ever keep playing for a team. Doesn't play them. Unless they were like super loyal, like a guy who commits because of proximity to home. That would make sense, but a dude who came for like other stuff probably would make sense for him.
I heard that.
I'm getting on Madden. I should remove everybody who's already signed, so so that all the players die again.
I think that would be. Yeah, that might be a great idea.
Nick Harper
Just
vanishes.
yeet him into the volcano.
best receiver in the game gone because he committed, and then he got told, "We're actually out of room on the bus, so you're
Truthfully, that's what it's all about.
Let's get this game going, boys.
Why?
Because Daddy wants to watch it before he goes to bed.
Alright, dude, we can play tomorrow.
Yeah, I'll play tomorrow since Spit doesn't have the honor of watching. I'm ready.
Johnny, let me
Search.
be OC.
Okay, Search. No, I'm
Let
literally
me be
taking out.
DC then.
I'm
Let me be
literally
DC.
no. I'm taking out my headset so I can't listen to you guys.
Bruh.
Good luck, fellas.
All right, Ragin. You can see my share screen, right?
Wait, you're gonna mute Johnny?
Yes, I'm muting my mic
Why?
because
Oh yeah, that's right, 'cause casting it.
yes.
Okay.
Let me know when
I
everything's
can't
set up.
see the share screen.
Alright, baby.
Did you
I mean,
post
let's go,
it?
okay?
I sent the link in my Discord. Is Gray fine, Steady?
The game. It's the NFC Championship.
Talk Spit.
Testing. 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3.
All right, that's good. All right. Let's put you up here.
Alright, baby. I love you. Can I call you afterwards before I go to sleep?
Did you post it, Doc?
Good.
It's in admin chat.
Oh, okay. I'll post it then.
Okay, I am taking out my headphones. If
I guess
you-
we'll just use stream links.
no, use my share screen and then just post the link I sent and then just watch from my share screen.
Sir, can I see your uniforms, sir?
They're gray.
Can I see them?
No.
Okay, well, I don't want you to wear gray. I want you to wear a color that's distinguishable, please. Like blue.
How
Not
about
even
the
wear
highlighter
something.
greens?
Bro, think he picks and
That's
chooses.
fine.
These are cool.
Yeah, those are good. And I'll wear something really gross.
Wear
Yeah,
yellow.
that looks good.
Yeah, that looks.
Yeah, that
dude,
looks
we're gonna
really
be fucking.
good.
This
That looks
we're
so
sponsored by
nasty.
Sharpie or some shit. Are you ready, Ragin?
Okay.
I sure am.
All right. Goodbye, friends. I'll be back in an hour.
Well, I know. All right, so I'm joined on the cast by Spit, and we are calling the NFC Championship for the MKL. It's going to be two admins, two longtime MKL members, and two former Super Bowl champions, Steady versus Doc, the Seahawks versus the Packers. Who do you have in this one, Spit?
Honestly, I think Steady's gonna end up pulling away with the victory. I think Donnie's gonna get a little too fancy with the sticks and come up with some costly errors that's gonna cost him the game.
Too fancy with the sticks. Well, certainly on kickoff returns, watch yourself if you're trying to get fancy with the stick. That's a danger moment. But fancy with the sticks might equal scores, so we'll see. We've got yellow versus green. Very interesting. And a nice return, but a big lick by number 23. He's going to have a tired player depending on who that returner was. Looks like not anybody consequential to the offense. And it's going to be Steady at home, driving on offense. And if Doc can get the stop, he'll feel pretty good. But certainly that's a long time away. Maybe it's four downs away. We'll see. We'll see what Doc can draw up. These two users know each other. They know what each other want to do. And looks like it's going to be a run up the middle to start. Ooh, a big hit.
I do
My
think that
goodness.
Steady's gonna need to focus a run against Doc. I think Doc is not expecting the run against Steady,
Mhm.
so maybe Steady can take advantage of that early on in the game, as we see with the
Oh.
second run here.
Well, it looks like he'd like to. After that big hit, I'm surprised his running back was able to take another rep. That was a blast at the first down marker. So 2nd and 11, Steady runs 2 times early, trying to maybe keep him honest, and he throws it underneath to that guy, Sean Tucker, and once again a big hit. Doc is wanting to hit today. And
That is something that Donnie is very good at. If you go one-on-one with your receiver and his defender, he will hit stick you no matter what. So you
he's
always got to
wanting
be
to lay the
watching
wood.
out for that. 100%.
Well, Steady finds the out route, gets out of bounds, and we have maybe Jordan Love's second completion, I guess, but the first one to a non-running back. Jordan Love doesn't care who he passes to, but he would love to air it out deep in this game.
And do not expect a lot of deep passes from Steady this game. I think he's going to focus a lot on
Ooh, another
checkdowns
big hit. This
and a
Tucker
lot
kid
of the
might
run.
get, yeah, he might get a fumble yet. Like, my goodness, he's getting lit up. I'm sure Steady's on conservative after these hits. I'm not sure that Doc is necessarily on like aggressive trying to force fumbles, but hey, I mean, the backup is literally a superstar X factor, Josh Jacobs. So it could be worse in reserve. And looks like Steady's content to just run against this Doc defense. Maybe Doc's a little surprised, but I think Doc's also probably preferring, even though he's moving the ball, that Steady do something he doesn't want to do, you know?
This is something that we don't see that much from Steady. He's keeping the ball on the ground, avoiding throwing it through the air unless it's a short little check down pass. So I think he's definitely seeing it in abusing Donnie's lack of defense in the run.
Doc did just play the Falcons, which is a good running team, and I think Steady took note that the run was not terrible. If anything, I think teams would take note right now. I think partially what we're seeing too is Doc's dedication to stopping the pass being exposed that you could run on it. But if you're somebody who's not a great passer, seemingly Doc might be doing something different.
Yeah, I think he's probably getting a little frustrated that Steady is focusing
Steady
on
just runs right through the Seahawks defense, and I mean that's his blueprint. Early on, he'd love to sling it, he'd love to throw, but I think he also just wants to win. And right now, he's undefeated for a reason. He's made good decisions, game planning, and the Seahawks will have to answer. And for the Seahawks to keep up, certainly they'll have to score points, but this Packers defense is pretty stout in their own right. The double mug defense is something I'm sure Doc is expecting. We'll see if we see that pretty much exclusively this drive. So Doc is going to take over.
Very exciting first drive by Doc here.
Definitely. I mean, it's going to tell us an awful lot about what we're about to see. If Doc is able to put up a touchdown, the game feels a lot maybe more doable for Doc. If Doc isn't able to put up any points, it might start to feel like Steady's going to run away with this one, quite literally, because he literally ran every play on offense just about. A good mix. Probably not what Doc was hoping to see. He probably really wanted to stop Steady's pass. And going to take a horrible sack. Horrible sack. He hurries up. I mean, maybe he liked the look, but he audibles out. And that's kind of an interesting audible because he has Metcalf in the slot there, and that's pretty nice all the time. If you see single coverage on Metcalf, could work. It's could happen well. He's going to streak the running back up the middle, and he's drawing up something for Steady.
And again here.
Yeah, we'll see if he has enough time. He doesn't. Oh, he did. He kind of lays out, misses the throw. Dak Prescott can't put it on the money, and the dive was not fruitful. And now it's going to be a 3rd and 24, so probably not what Doc was wanting, but if he picks this up, everything's forgiven. 3rd and 20. I mean, he literally was an inch of picking it up a second ago, so Steady's probably going to send the heat. I don't like this play call against Steady. I feel like Steady's used to seeing verticals, but maybe I'm wrong. But Doc does have a very talented offense. Stars across his receiving core, running back, quarterback. He needs his offensive line to hold up. I don't know what he has, but he's probably going to let it go. He's going to throw a pick.
And that's what we cannot do.
Yeah, this is a bad start for the Doc's chances. Yeah, and Steady might be content to just keep running until Doc does something, gives him a different look. And to be perfectly honest, Doc may be content to keep doing the same defense that Steady's running on
I think Doc
Um,
came out and tried to establish the run at the beginning, take his check downs, kind of feel out that defense instead
it
of
is too bad that
going
Doc
deep.
took a massive sack and really didn't get anything going that first drive, but it's a long game, and he is just walloping people. I don't even remember this from playing Doc last game, getting smacked around like he's smacking the Packers right now. All right, so Jordan Love in the shotgun.
Running back.
No pressure. He's got a person that he
Just
may
got
want to
somebody.
throw to. That was weird.
What was that?
Could have been a huge loss of yardage, but still just 3rd and 5.
I would expect some heat here by Doc.
I
Can't
mean,
let Jordan Love have too much time.
yeah, I imagine Jordan Love's still probably going to have time. He does. He throws it. Ooh! Narrow window, but he squeezes it in there, and it's 14-0 pretty quick. And this is part of the. If you're in the NFC this year, people looked over and they laughed and they said, "Look how weak the NFC is." And yet the NFC has an undefeated Green Bay team that is mowing down this league currently. It's like saying the East is weak when Michael Jordan is going 72-10, right? It's like
100%.
that's not too weak when you have the juggernaut. All right, so maybe a kick
Ooh,
return.
we got
And
a
sure enough,
nice
he has a
return by Doc
lane.
here.
He's trying to spin. That's a good. He's in a good spot to at least get points here.
If Doc can
And
get a
Doc
nice
was
score
down
here,
against the Falcons, 21-7. So he was down 14 against the Falcons. Certainly, the Falcons and the Packers are two different animals. But he has come back in these playoffs already. So we'll see if he can do the same thing here. I like that he's going to try a run. I hate the run. I mean, it's just there was nothing there, at least for where he chose to bounce it. And now we're going to get another pass. Steady seemingly is smelling blood in the water, so to speak. And I'm not sure what's happening. All these adjustments I'm not too familiar with.
There
Looks
we
like he
go.
does have an open man, and he does hit the pass. And Metcalf is going to do a weird little jig and get
Very
out of
nice
bounds.
pass by Doc.
Very nice pass. Patient pass. Pass protection held up for the pass rush just long enough to get that throw out. And, these are two superstar quarterbacks leading their teams, and Doc seemingly may have calmed down. And when you play Doc, and you would know, and I would know, you want him to make mistakes, right? I mean, when you play
100%.
Steady, same thing, but Doc's the one who can't afford to make a mistake right now. Steady's got a little bit of cushion in the bank right now. He's going to get an outside
go to the
run.
house,
I mean,
but here-
if he runs it right, I mean, that's
There
wide
it
open.
goes.
Yeah, that was the
Mostert.
correct call. And now Mostert is on the board. He went out and got this super fast running back. And very, very talented Seahawks team. These are two guys that will downplay their rosters, but formidable players on both sides of the ball, on both teams. Very interesting and quality matchup. And both these players have, like I said earlier, won Super Bowls. So either one of these guys could be walking away with the MKL championship, depending on the result here, obviously. Big hits just
Man.
over and over and over.
Non-stop.
I mean, I'll just say, Steady needs to be a little careful because, I mean, the Falcons got cute, fumbled in that exact spot, in that exact situation, and Steady's returning these and getting walloped. And even on conservative, you can fumble. And my goodness, this Packers team is just getting just absolutely blasted on every tackle. The Packers are in the shotgun, didn't gain a single yard on that run, so he was ready for it, but now he needs to find a way to keep up with the pass. And, a little cutback at the end of that route really
nice.
hurt Doc's coverage. The pass rush was just not there long enough, and the route cut up field. Maybe he was able to hot route that and get his guy open. So really nice for Steady, really sad for Doc. But, hey, we saw what the Giants were able to do, get a defensive line pick six and an interception in the red zone on a throw Steady thinks was a good throw. So if he happens to him again, Doc would be thrilled. He's had him in some tight spots here lately. I don't see anything
something you
open.
don't see
Steady
that
should
much by
probably
Steady.
throw it away, but he might not throw it away. But I would have thrown it away already. That was a dumb mistake. I'll be honest. You
Very
throw
close.
that
Now we
ball
got a
away,
3rd and
and you
23.
don't go back 3rd and 23. He got a little cute there, trying to be Aaron Rodgers, scrambling around. But we'll see if he has to
He
pay
did
for it.
nail a 58-yarder last game against the Giants, so maybe if he gets enough yardage here, maybe not the first, he could get a
I'm
nice
sure
field
that's
goal.
what he's thinking about, at least getting enough yards, and he doesn't get a single yard, and he's going to have to punt. So Doc does what he had to do, and honestly, that's on Steady. That was a very, very bad scramble around moment. And to be honest, it could have been a sack fumble. Um, and those are just the moments that sometimes you get, sometimes you don't. And he's kind of fortunate not to get a sack fumble there, but he isn't fortunate because he didn't come away with any points in that drive. So Doc is now able to calm down a little bit. Steady did get ball first. So if Doc can take
You
a
could
long
see
enough
Doc
time on
taking
this,
a lot of time here.
yeah, I
He's
think
playing
Doc's
smart.
going to try to clock. I think he just needs to move the ball, honestly. But once he gets into field goal range, I think he'll definitely pay attention to the clock if he can get into field goal range.
I think
But
Don
in the
needs to watch
shotgun,
the pass rush right here.
a lot of interesting wheel routes. And I imagine Steady is fuming after his stop. Probably going to try to get back and get a sack. Yeah. Doc was not ready for that pass. I don't know how he wasn't ready. You got to have a quick route there.
You do.
Especially because you know that Steady's frustrated. Steady just had a bad drive,
He's going to be sending that heat.
Yeah, well, it's all right. He was able to get rid of the ball. 2nd and 10. Just
He
kinda
knows
like
Donnie has
execution.
some deep passes that he wants to get off, but he knows that in order for that to happen,
Yeah.
you're going to have to, send some heat.
Whoa.
That
Okay.
was a little
Fant
scary right
breaks the
there.
tackle. 3rd and 1. And he hurries up, but if he doesn't pick this up, it's all she wrote, unless he fakes the punt, I guess. You can't go for it in this league, in this situation. And in real life, they often would not go for it on their own 20. So he's got a zig over there. That could work. Got the guy over the middle. Got somebody over there on the short route. Terrible throw.
Ooh.
And I think we might see a fake punt. He's trying to break a rule, but he can't do this. He can definitely fake punt it, and he might. I could totally see him fake punting it. And I'll say on the last game of the year, Panthers-Falcons, the punter was able to throw an absolute dot against punt safe. I wouldn't be surprised if Steady came out in a defense that wasn't the punt defense. Right here. There it is. So I think we're probably going to see Doc switch to an actual punt, but who knows? Maybe he thinks he can. Looks like maybe he thinks he can cook here. Wow. He dropped it.
No.
That is the exact play that worked against the Falcons in the Panthers-Falcons game. Maybe the last time I've seen that in this league. And he drops the play. So that's a really bad decision. Ends up being for Doc. Gives Steady amazing field position, but I think he just felt like he had to keep pace. And that's the fortunate. Oh wow, get rid of the ball, Steady. My goodness, whew. That was close. Definitely not an ideal situation to give your opponent the ball on your own 20. But I respect the risk because honestly, his guy could have caught that. You never know. There's only 2 guys over there on the left. He kind of rushed down to try to show a little bit more, and wide open Musgrave. And that may be all she wrote. We'll see if Doc can get back into this game. It's not over. If he scores here,
if he scores, he's got the ball at half.
yeah, he gets the ball in the second half, exactly. But that's a big turn of events from when he had the ball down 7.
I think he should have went for that. I think he should have played more conservatively, trusted his defense. Kicked it on that 4th and 1, even though it is tempting to go for that. When you're playing against someone that's good as Steady.
It's very easy in hindsight to see that that wasn't one that you probably should have gone for. But hindsight is definitely 20/20, and if he caught that, we'd be saying that was awesome, So we're looking here. Prescott under center again. He knows he can move the ball now, but will he do it is another question. He's going to hand it off to Monster, and you love to see it.
That run.
Yep. This is something that can definitely work, and he's got abilities all over this offense, and he uses a good one there, lights up
If it
for
isn't
him.
broke, don't fix it.
Yeah, exactly, man. I mean, I think a lot of people want to air it out. They want to do what they love, but I think you
And
kind
it
of
is
got to
very
do.
against
You
this
got to do what
Packers
works.
defense. He has
Yeah,
so
there's
many
a lot of
players
stuff
with
happening right
90,
now.
so much speed on this defense. It's ridiculous. You
Yeah,
know,
this is
it's
going to be
hard.
interesting. I don't know. I don't know what we're about to see. I don't. Oh, he kind of did he route adjust that up the
He
field?
did. I believe he
Yeah, because
did.
that route was not open, and then he started running a little more open. So, fortunate. Maybe the
Just
quarterbacks
can't
have
let
some
him get
abilities
a little too crazy here.
to do better cues for hot routes or whatever you call that. Not a bad run. Uh, Testing the outside. I guess it was an RPO. Had a shot there. Um, but yeah, this Seahawks team is in a very good spot now. The clock is ticking, and if he can score last in this half, first he has to score. But if he can score, he's in a good spot. But certainly you don't want to give Steady too much time, and it seems like he's going to have plenty of time.
He
At this
cannot
point, I
afford.
think you just got to try and score, and don't do it. Yeah, oof. These guys
I
are
mean, in
making some
hindsight, that
very
could
questionable
be
running around.
a blessing, giving him more room to, you know,
You
cook
definitely,
up a better
I would
play.
say, not a blessing. I'd say,
We'll see. We'll see right here what Donnie can do.
ugh.
Ooh, I think
Yeah,
he's
you
gonna
got to
take it
kick the
away.
field goal here, and he probably will. I'm
Ah,
sure he won't love it, but the truth is, if you can
he's
hold
thinking right
steady,
now. He's
you can
thinking
get
it in
back
his
within
head.
4. I don't think you can go for it on the 15 out unless he wants to do another difficult fake against like a 4-3 defense. All right, he's gonna kick it.
He
Steady will
makes
get the
it.
ball back, and the truth is, I doubt Steady is content. I doubt Steady thinks he's going to make a mistake. So the truth is, Steady could make a mistake. We've already seen him take some sacks, take some hits. You could get another sack fumble. You could get another missed throw interception. Steady has to be careful, in my opinion, or else he could give up a really good situation going into the half. But I'm sure Steady would confidently be just happy to march down and make this 28-10. He is going to run it back against this
Excited to
kick.
see what
Oh,
Donnie does.
goodness.
I'm really hoping that, you know, a fumble on one of those hit sticks is gonna go in Donnie's favor, and you know,
I
be able to
mean,
recover and
yeah.
get into
If
the
I'd done my
second.
homework, I probably wouldn't have returned so many kicks, lolly, like chilling around against this hard-hitting Seahawks special teams. So I'm not sure what he thinks is about to come, but I think Doc has maybe done a good job of disguising what this is. So maybe Steady could make a mistake. I doubt Steady runs here.
I
I
think
would
this.
love it, but I doubt he does. We'll see. He brings in extra blockers. He gets
Yeah.
all the blocking he needs. Oh, and he gets hit. See, this is the situation, bro.
He did have that
You
nice
you
drag
you
route
you get
though, but.
aggressive, and you can totally throw a pick six right there, getting hit. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and they're trying to bomb each other, but I mean, it puts you very vulnerable at times. And certainly, Doc would. My goodness, this
He
Seahawks. I mean,
swears in
oh,
every
it must
play.
be. I mean, I think he's hit a good at hitting, but it's kind of obscene that there's this much hard hitting. Period. Like
I've not seen that.
every hit is just a hard hit. Um, First down, 1 minute left. Packers are thinking points, at least 3. I'm sure they want 7. And the Seahawks are going to try to keep hitting Jordan Love and maybe try to force a turnover. It's an interesting chess match, to say the least. And the pass rusher had a free release on the other side, and he's going to let it go, and that could be picked.
Oh,
Wow.
you know,
He
Donnie
throws it
just
against Tariq
smacked his
Woolen.
controller right there.
Yeah, he threw it against Tariq Woolen, and Steady got a little lucky right there because that's the one guy you think you can beat, and you didn't. Yeah, he's going to throw it a little deep there. Feeling good. Tucker Craft. There's my
Now we're in field goal
fantasy hero
territory.
in real life. Hopefully will heal my tight end position that's been awful, and he helps Steady right there. So Steady now definitely in field goal range, but he's thinking 7. And to be
100%.
honest, he almost just threw a pick. Um, he's gonna. Wow, yeah. It reminds me of that unfortunate moment for the Giants where Desmond Ritter couldn't get back to the line of scrimmage, some of these running back behind yourself, turnaround throwaways could be disastrous if these guys keep scrambling around the way they are. But there's a little bit of
It is good
moxie.
for Doc though. He does need to send the heat against this Packers passing
Holding
offense.
steady to 3 is ideal for Doc. So
100%.
but I mean, like I said, Steady's taking sacks, he's taking quarterback hits, and those are things that are turnovers waiting to happen. So he needs to be careful here. Seemingly he has something he likes outside, and he's going to cut it upfield. Oh, getting just absolutely demolished on every touch of the ball. The tackles are just vicious by this Legion of Boom the Seahawks have reconstructed. In a very old Harrison Smith, he is milking his last years of greatness, I guess. So, Steady out of the shotgun. Doc trying to catch him, making a mistake. He's fighting to get out of bounds. I think he didn't, and he calls a timeout. He has 2, so better safe than 3. Better safe than sorry with 12 seconds. But Doc is viciously trying to keep him out of the end zone, and it doesn't look like it's gonna work if he can't get that tackle, and he did. All right, so down to one more tackle. He's probably gonna get one shot at the end zone, and then he might take field goal. But knowing Steady, he definitely really wants 7, so we'll see what he does. He is gonna run it. He gets blasted, and he calls a timeout. I think we're gonna see a field goal here. So good for Doc. Holding him to 3 is a small victory here, so that you can maybe
So yeah, props to
Yeah.
Doc for
you
holding
can
us
make
up.
it a 7-point game. And some of those moments earlier in the game, Doc threw a deep shot, laid out, couldn't catch. Some of us who have played big games here recently know what it's like you need those plays. You need you guys to make the catch when they're laid out and when they're open and make the throw. So far, Doc hasn't had it. Maybe he can have it in the second half. He had an awesome second half last week against the Falcons, and this week he needs an awesome second half for sure. I think he needs to be safe as heck right here. This is a really bad spot to throw a pick 6 if you get cute, and he is going to get cute. I don't think this is going to work, and this is a pick 6 waiting to happen. This is one of the fastest guys on the team. I think you are in a horrible spot right now. Whew. At least you had Metcalf chasing him down like Julio Jones. That's what you want, a big 6'5", 4'3" wide receiver chasing down the pick 6s. It's invaluable to have some speed on your offense to chase down in those situations. So, Doc does get the ball. If he can make this a 7-point game, certainly it will be more interesting.
Down here to kick off the third quarter would be nice for him. Maybe he could kick right here.
He got a kick return near kick return before, so certainly that would be great for Doc. Could happen. All right, so Prescott in the shotgun, has some motion on the play. We'll see if that trips Steady up at all. Steady is never happy with a lead unless it's 35. That could have been big. Yeah.
I told her there are those, unfortunate.
And that happens all the time, truthfully. A lot of tipped balls don't get caught, but I'm sure Steady wishes he had that one. In the shotgun.
There we go.
Prescott has an open man. Doesn't break the tackle, but that's big old Colin Johnson. He loves this guy. Really tall, not too fast, but he's wide open right there. And Doc making good use of his superstar weapons on this team. I'd say Steady's making less good use of Josh Jacobs, certainly. Hardly touches the field. It looks like Doc is going to get a nice play there. Steady said earlier, if you throw it up at a 50-50 ball, he said he had the best kind of adjustments to those situations. But Doc made a great adjustment right there, and made the catch with his big receivers in this very, very good receiving core for the Seahawks. And this is an interesting drawn-up play. If that's instant release to the outside, I saw that. Wow, terrible throw. Yeah, I saw that. I was like, you know what? is kind of nice. That could work. But if you
That
don't
was
make the
lucky
throw,
there.
it's definitely not going to work. Um, I'd like to see a run from Doc. He'd already ran a touchdown before, and now he's getting pass happy in the red zone, and I think that's maybe a minor mistake to not at
Could be
least run it
possible.
once. But we'll see what happens. Look like Fant might be the open guy this time, and wow, goes up big and drops the ball, Metcalf. I would have liked to maybe see him just go back to back Fant with that kind of outside. He's a bigger guy, might be able to go up and moss a touchdown. I bet Doc won't even kick a field goal here.
No, he will
if
not.
he doesn't get. I think he's in the third down 14. I think you can probably go for it there. I might be wrong. I don't think I am. But yeah, it's open again, and he cuts up field and he
There
gets
we
into the
go.
end zone. And so that time he could have thrown the other one, but he kind of used it as a pick route. And
really
the
Outcome
cut
though,
up.
that little adjustment he made.
Yeah, I like
The
the
running back
adjustments
turns
he
into
made.
the blocker right there.
Yep, I think that was a good spot. If you ever find a play where a route often messes up the coverage for another route, those are plays worth remembering. If you can draw it up like that.
Definitely gonna make a memory of that one right there. But then,
Yeah, that was
put that in my
pretty
playbook.
good Madden playing. I'm saying right now, I know Steady watched the Falcons blunder on the kickoff, and he's kind of wiggling left, wiggling right. And Doc has been absolutely blasting people on kickoffs. Not that time, but I'm a little nervous when he takes back these kicks and shifts left and shifts right. All right, so Doc is up and aggressive. Steady loves this Dubs guy. He thinks he deserves a dev. And it's amazing Steady doesn't have a single dev right now. Wow, he's going to have to let that go. I thought Doc had that pretty well usered. So he kind of let it up and away, I think, and that led to the overthrow. But it gave his guy a small chance at it. But honestly, if he throws that normally, I think it might be a pick. So he's going to let that one go into coverage too. And ill-advised, it's going to be picked. Yeah,
That's what we need.
these are these moments, man. You want to sling it. What did he do? The very first drive, Spit. He ran right down his throat.
Yes.
And now he's gone right back to his habits of throwing against a team that he's already shown he can run right through. And I think that's a mistake because right now Doc is right back in this ball game, poised to possibly tie it, and he's a lot more comfortable now than he was. But
That's
still
definitely
throwing
what
for a
Doc was
mistake.
preparing for. He was definitely preparing for the pass.
I'm very happy to see Doc get a run because that was working for him. And it makes it a much more manageable third down. Also gets him into field goal range, potentially, for whoever his field goal kicker may be. I think that was a good decision to shorten up the field. Doc's spazzing out right now. Trying to find Wicks, maybe. We'll see what happens here. Interesting adjustments going on from the shotgun Prescott. Calling out coverages, and we'll see what happens. I think he has A if he wants him. Yeah, he drops it. Oh, he catches it. Wow, good catch by Fant. Those are those moments, man. You'll say, oh, I played bad, but if your guy catches those, you're like, yeah. If your guy drops those, you're kicking a field goal maybe or going to fourth down. Luckily for Doc, holds on, big Noah Fant, and Prescott is poised to get some points if he can keep from making a mistake.
Watch the rush here.
Pass rush
No
looks like it
simple.
won't get in, but he backed up a long ways. Wow,
No.
fumble. It's Steady that comes up with the big fumble, and I
That is
mean,
something that's
yeah,
just so costly
getting-
and so unfortunate.
getting
I can
fumbles
understand the
is
anger by
just
Doc
such
right
a
now.
roll of the dice, man. And I think it's possible that Doc is not on conservative carry, and maybe he was not
He is
expecting to get lit up right
definitely-
there. It is
He's
wild
definitely
how,
angry right now.
yeah, Doc has literally been lighting up Steady, and then Steady, I
stop.
think that's the first big hit. Wow.
The first big
Well, the
hit by
defense
Steady
has
is a
come
fumble,
alive.
but every single hit by Donnie's defense in the first half was a hit stick, and you did not see a single fumble by Steady's offense.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's possible Steady's been on conservative carry. Ooh, nice run by Steady, and Steady is getting back to the run as we suggested. you know, you've already shown you can do that. So I don't know why you would go. I just think it's silly to go away from something that clearly is just gashing the defense.
Definitely gonna be
Um,
splitting a lot of the running here by Steady's offense. Take some
yeah,
time off the clock. He knows
I
that he
think
could run the ball down Donnie and at least get a first.
I think it shows a little bit of respect for what. Wow, I thought he was about to throw a pick there because I think everything was covered, but then he luckily threw it away for Steady. Um, I think that Doc is now adjusting, like saying, okay, you're gonna run. I'm gonna have to change up a little bit about what I wanted to do. The pressure does not affect Jordan Love whatsoever. Throws a dime right up the middle, even though blitz was coming hot and heavy right up the middle. And the Packers are moving, and that fumble, man, that's something Doc will talk about. There's been some big fumbles in these playoffs, and none bigger than that one so far. Um, and it looks like everything is pretty covered except for Kraft. And there's Kraft running up the sideline, very much like real life. Jordan Kraft catches it and goes upfield, and the Packers are hurrying up. They cannot wait to be up by more than 7. And we'll see if they can, sure enough, really nice run there. And Doc has to be hating that fumble call, and he has to maintain composure because there is still a lot of game left.
He has 3 timeouts. You know, almost 2 minutes in the third. He has the ball back.
Right.
We
No,
need
there's
him
a
to
lot of game left, and
be
certainly,
smart.
yep, you don't want to
No deep bombs.
ruin your chances early.
No 50-50 bomb. Just stick to what he does best. And try to bring this margin down.
The margin definitely needs to come down for Doc to have a chance, but he needs to get points. I mean, what he was doing was not too bad before, honestly. He needs to get back and just realize, hey, he had a bad fumble, and go score quick. If he puts up 7 quick, I mean, you got to feel a lot better at that point. But
Any
we
turnover
have to
here
see
will
it first.
definitely be very costly to him and might cost him his season.
Turnover would be disastrous for Doc here. Definitely can't afford to be doing that. So he's going to get some motion on the field. Metcalf coming in motion. I think a lot of people are, oh, okay. At least he threw it away early this time. They've taken some horrible sacks this game, running around behind the line of scrimmage. All right, so Doc in the shotgun. Dak Prescott has sent everybody out 5 wide. And there's a lot of firepower out there, and Steady has a lot of good defensive players to try to contend with it. Doc just needs to throw an accurate throw here. That might do it. Oh, he drops it. He drops it. Hits him in the hands, but his ankles are taken out, and Metcalf is not strong enough to make
This
that
is a
one
very
work.
important 3rd and 10 right now for Doc.
I would agree. Wholeheartedly. All right, so
Back in the shotgun.
yep, 5 wide. Doc wouldn't have to punt. I think he definitely just needs yards here. He can't have a 0 play, but he's probably trying to go big. He does have an open man, and he holds on after a vicious hit from the Packers in their own right. And once again, the story of the game is really that big fumble. That was
Will we see a
a
touchdown here by
huge
Doc
moment right
for
now.
the end of the 3rd?
We
might.
could. Not right
Ooh.
now. Not after that. Yeah, he was
Luckily,
hoping
he's
something
still
would
in
develop.
field goal range. So now we enter the final quarter of the NFC Championship.
Yeah, Doc will have to make some adjustments if he has any prayer of coming back. But 2nd and 21 doesn't feel too good. He's got a wheel coming out. Looks interesting from Fant. Might be open late. Other than that, maybe these slants can come open across the middle of the field. Yeah, he's gonna take off with the quarterback. He doesn't take off with the quarterback. He's hoping for a pass. I hate that.
Ooh.
Can't do that. Can't. That's not. Throws it against Jair Alexander. Alexander is off to the races, and I don't think he's going to be caught. And I think Steady has just punched his way to a Super Bowl. Down 21
believe
is a
that
tough
Donnie,
pass.
at the same time as he punched his way to the Super Bowl, Donnie punched a hole in his wall.
Yeah, Donnie's probably not feeling too good, but the truth is he is playing the Super Bowl favorite in the MKL, and it's a tough task. And
It's
after
stuff
that
like
big
that
fumble,
that just, Donnie cannot do in these situations. He easily could have ran up the field right there for a couple yards. Maybe got the first, if not, made it 4th and 2nd. It's just, I definitely saw what he was trying to do there, but the distance is just too much of a distance to throw that. Then you got these 99
certainly it
speed
didn't work
corners.
out. And the unfortunate thing here is right back to offense, right? And when it was 14, feeling a little better. Now it's 21, feeling pretty bad. But 7 minutes is a long time. Stranger things have happened. And I doubt Steady will just be content to just settle back and run. Wow. Lit up. Monster takes the hit. And time is still ticking. But that undefeated season, Super Bowl winning season, Falcons did it last year. And right now, it's looking like the Packers are well suited to do it themselves. We're going to see Mostert take a good route up the sideline. You'd like to have seen this a couple drives back, but maybe Steady's just trying to slow down his offense. Bend don't break. Doesn't look that way, actually. Doc's found something that's working. Maybe he can get a score here, and then he has to pray he can get a couple stops. Maybe I don't know what. Two guys
We've seen
both
a few
open.
bad throws here by Dak.
Yeah, you miss throw two guys. Not what you want to see if you're Doc.
Not at all.
Sends Mostert out again. Seems to be the move. I think a lot of people have put abilities on their running backs to help them when they motion out like that. And I would wager to say Mostert might have something like that. But 3rd and 5 is manageable. 5 minutes left. All 3 timeouts. He has to pray that Steady tightens up and makes some mistakes. He does have an open man, and Fant is in the end zone. So
5 minutes on the clock in the 4th.
14 down.
3 timeouts.
Yep.
We need a turnover here.
Certainly Doc needs a turnover. That's not
Needs
what
to
the
understand
Packers are
that the Packers are going to be running the ball here, trying to waste as much clock as they can against.
I wouldn't be so sure. Steady loves him throwing the football. I wouldn't be so sure that we're just gonna see a bunch of runs right now. A little wiggle there, getting cute with it, honestly, but it works out. That's why you have a big guy back there, right? He can wiggle, but he can take those hits. I think that's Tucker Kraft on the kickoff return. So it looks. Jordan Love in the shotgun. We'll see if he is content to hand it off, but I doubt it. I think he's going to keep slinging it, and he's going to rack up some more of those passing yards underneath while Doc is trying to
a
probably
lot of
attack
running and a
him.
lot of underneath passes. This is what you're going to see here to try to close out the game for the Packers.
I think you're probably right, and I don't think you're going to see many runs. Honestly, I think Steady wants to go out doing what he loves. So Steady rolling right all the time in the world,
Oh,
and
yeah,
he's just
there
going
it
to
is. I
bomb
saw
deep
that
to a
mile
wide
away.
open read, and
Wow.
insult to injury. The comeback is off. 4 minutes down 21 yet again. This is tough. We love miracles, but this is tough.
Very tough.
Truthfully, some moments bad here and there. They both took some bad sacks, made some bad throws, maybe underestimated each other's secondaries a couple times. But the fumble was big. Steady was able to knock that ball out when Doc seemed primed to put the pressure on. And credit to Steady for coming out with a game plan that has him up 21 today, though. Doc has to have some urgency, and I imagine Steady is probably content to just not let him bomb him deep here. I'm not sure we'll see double mug, but we might. We might. Looks like we're going to see coverage. And he's chucking it up deep to that guy. Ooh. Metcalf is absolutely obliterated deep by whoever that guy is, number 20. Rocking the baby at the celebration. Doc wants to check his abilities, see exactly who he wants to be running what. What a luxury, checking your abilities. See, checking your abilities is simple when you only have one or no guys that have abilities. Then you just know. But Doc has a whole assortment, like a menu item. And looking at it maybe helped him get a few more yards there. 3rd and 3 in the shotgun, 3 minutes. And I don't like that throw. Yeah, that's not there. And I think that's Zane Anderson probably. And he is off to the races, and he gets caught by another one of those pick 6 stoppers, Raheem Mostert. And I think that's a fitting end to the ball game. There's going to be 3 minutes left, and this is 3 minutes of time killing. And, you can do what I did, fight to the last second. Likely Steady gets another touchdown or field goal if you do that. I don't know what just happened. Okay. It went down low, went back up. So, unfortunately, down 21 with 3 minutes. Looks like he's offsides, too. Steady is going to finally just run the ball.
Wow.
And he's going into the end zone. he's up 28. So, that's going to be an offsides decline. And good on Doc to keep his composure and stay in while this game just got away from him midway through. 28 points deficit, 3 minutes. I imagine you're going to see Doc try to put some points on the board. But hopefully for his
air
sake,
it out downfield.
yeah, hopefully for his sake, he doesn't throw any more interceptions, because those are frustrating to throw. All right, we have Steady going back to the Super Bowl, and he'll be facing a first-timer for the Raiders, or last year's champion, Stinky, who both have teams that are playing well right now. Doc's just chucking it up, and he gets the catch, maybe. He sure does. Hey, Doc would have loved to see that more earlier, but in a big spot, we'd love a miraculous comeback. I just am not so sure that's what we're going to see. I mean, that's one-on-one double me, I think. And he does get a touchdown. That was a mistake by Steady, but I'm not sure Steady cares. Maybe Steady feels bad. Running up score late. Maybe not. Maybe Steady just missed it or thought he could get over there. But yeah, leaving a double me one-on-one, probably not the wisest decision. But I think we're probably going to see Steady run the clock out unless Doc calls his timeouts and maybe forces him into a pass where Steady would probably be delighted to throw another touchdown. Reed will get popped. Nope, just a soft little tackle because Doc couldn't user it. And yeah, this Packers team is going to be hard to beat.
It definitely is.
Yeah, especially if they're going to run the ball like this too. I think when they're willing to come out and run on your pass defense that you think can stop his pass, well, certainly the defense has to adjust at that point. So he has a hole, kind of does a little wiggle, and Tucker is the guy. He likes that he's faster. He has freaking Josh Jacobs in relief, and that comes up big for him sometimes. Nice problem to have. But Sean Tucker has done a good job. Spit. What do you think Doc could have done better today?
I think he was focusing a lot on his deep passes, and that's something that you just cannot do against this Packers defense. I noticed he had a lot of passes underneath, or quick passes. I know he streaked his tight end a lot, and he was open for an easy 5 to 8 yards on like a possession catch, and that's stuff like that stuff like that you need to take, against this defense, man, because it's just so tough.
Yeah.
Even the
Well, it looks
offense,
like
it's just-
Steady was
it's
perfectly
like a 1-2
happy.
punch when you play, the Packers.
Steady's up 21. I forgot there is no rule anymore about kneeling or anything like that. I don't think in the playoffs. So I don't think he has to. I might be wrong, but I know that something changed. But Doc is going to call his timeouts. Steady will be obliged to probably chuck it now, but maybe he'll continue to run. And certainly chucking it and throwing an interception would be really regrettable for Doc. So nice run, or for Steady. Nice run, decision by Steady. 1 minute 45, up 21. 1 minute 45 away from Steady advancing to a Super Bowl. And who do you got in that Raiders-Chargers matchup?
If I'm not mistaken, did the Raiders beat the Chargers, I believe, week 1?
I heard that they had a 1-point game, and Chargers seems to feel like he might lose, and Raiders seems to think like he might lose narrowly. So I think we might be in for a good game. Neither guy seems too confident, and Stinky's often pretty confident.
Yeah, they lost. The Raiders lost to the Chargers week 1, 28-29. So definitely a very close game.
Hello,
Man.
friends.
It's hard.
Hello, sir. Doc
Whoa.
is in the booth. The Seahawks. Doc, certainly after that fumble, things went south, and
It
he
wasn't
had
even
some
just
really
the
good
fumble.
moments.
It
But
wasn't even just the fumble. It was the wide open zig on 3rd and 1, and just
oh
missing
yeah,
the
you kind
throw.
of threw it, and yeah, threw.
And then the fake punt
there-
got dropped too. So
The fake punt pass did get dropped. That was a wild decision, but it
And
could have
then
paid off.
a lot of DK
I
Metcalf
nearly
drops.
lost. I nearly lost to the Panthers when a punter threw a pass exactly like you threw. So, great season, man. And you're playing against a juggernaut. Everybody voted for this guy.
I think I
except for a
played
couple
the.
people.
I feel like I played. Other than the one interception where I was rolling out, I feel like I played better than him.
Better than him. Well, there you have it. Well, I definitely think you did a lot of good things, and you were really smacking the crap out of him. So for him to get the fumble of the game was kind of surprising. But definitely him coming out and running, did that kind of surprise you, that first drive?
I mean it did, but I was for it. The more he runs, the better I felt about the game. I think my defense played better than his, but he just got a few lucky breaks
Mm-hmm.
like that. Like, how am I dropping that?
Definitely a tough matchup on the road in Lambeau.
Because
And
if that fumble doesn't happen, or that 3rd down where he just overthrows it, or where DK drops every single pass, I feel like I win that game, because a lot of my turnovers came after plays that really shouldn't have been happening, because I should have scored beforehand or picked up yardage to where I didn't feel like I had to throw deep.
yeah, your missed throw to the outside guy was unfortunate because that was a really neat concept. But then you got it on the other side. But we saw your little end zone. I forget what those are called. Goal
Fades.
line fades.
Yeah.
Yeah. You had a little fade route that was really nice, but just misthrown. So Prescott kind of let you down a little bit. You and Steady both did some pretty wild scrambling around to start that got risky. Fan can't come away with it in coverage there.
Yeah, that fan fumble really sucked. I felt like I had full stamina, and I just felt like there wasn't any reason for him to fumble.
I mean, I think just sometimes if you get hit, you're going to fumble in this game. I don't know what the algorithm is, but I'm not sure it's just going to be fair. I think it just happens sometimes.
Because I didn't even make any jukes or anything like that. I just went upfield and he fumbled.
Yep, he got it laid on him. Good team, though. I think you could be right back here next year. But certainly a lot of other teams are going to be improving as well, and certainly this Packers team will be. Definitely going to be an interesting Super Bowl matchup for Stinky or the Raiders to try to contend with these guys, but you did have it close there.
Yeah,
despite a lot
I-
of things you're talking about. It was
my
pretty close
defense
there.
early on felt really good. I felt really good.
Yeah,
against
there
Steady's
was one
offense.
play I'm sure you were frustrated by where he threw it deep against
Woolen.
your
And-
Woolen, and Woolen kind of juggled it but couldn't bring it in.
Yeah, that would have been huge. I felt like the mistakes I made, his team capitalized on, and the mistakes he made, my team did not.
Well, definitely a good season. You made it further than most
And
everybody
what a
else.
drop. We keep dropping
Yeah.
passes.
I mean, some would say you get a bronze medal. You know.
Not sure I want that though.
I hear you. Hey, I've had a lot of bronze and silver medals over the years, man. You gotta appreciate you doing some good stuff in a tough league against a really tough guy, tough competitor. But I respect that you feel
There we go.
this is a game you can win, and throwing a touchdown on the last play of the game, I'm sure is a little bit of a
Boost
lift.
morale. Yeah.
That's right. So, congrats on a good season, Doc.
Thank you.
And
Wow, it's gonna let me go for
definitely,
2. Wow.
Congratulations, Doc.
yeah.
On a great season.
I mean, you're right up there
You
in the
started
top
off
4.
2
That's
and 2,
hard
if
to
I'm not
do.
mistaken, am I correct?
Yes.
Yes, that's definitely, you know.
More points for Steady, maybe? No. Okay. Fells to the turf. And the Packers are headed to the Super Bowl. The Seahawks had a very good season, and
Now,
certainly.
Rachel, when was the last time we
3
had
drops
an undefeated
from
player?
DK Metcalf.
The
Oh,
last
wow,
time
really?
undefeated was definitely the Falcons of yesteryear. I'm proud of that season, but Steady looks primed to make it a little bit less rare of an occurrence this season. But Stinky was the one to stop him last time, and the new guy from the Raiders seemingly could pose a challenge as well with a difficult scheme to stop in Las Vegas. So here's the fumble Doc is looking at, maybe. Quay Walker's the one that forces it. And, yeah. I don't think Steady has entered the chat at all.
No, I'm right here.
He's right
Yeah.
here.
Well, Steady, you are in the chat. Congratulations to the Super Bowl. You go
Congratulations.
undefeated, 1 game
Thank
away
you.
from a historic run. Right from the get, you have been doing great. What did you like about the game today? What are you proud of? What do you wish you could have done differently?
You know, I'm really proud that we somehow forced a fumble. It was really
You did.
exciting stuff. That was a big play. And then Jair Alexander to take that one back to the house,
Yeah,
um,
yeah, he was
certainly- untouched. I mean, he did great. I'm really proud of him. He's not really, you look at the corners on this team, you think about how good some are. Kalen Barnes, Defensive Player of the Year, Eric Stokes. You don't really look at Jair Alexander and think, this is the best corner on this team, but he went out there and he made he started a little rumor about maybe he is the best corner on the team.
Yeah,
Kalen
yeah.
Barnes.
I think your secondary knocked a lot of passes out. They were all over the place. And I think probably the worst play of the game for you, arguably, was you were doing a lot of crazy scrambling around without getting rid of the ball. Is that something you're
yeah.
going to try to hone in the Super Bowl so you don't have 3rd and 33s and stuff like that?
Well, I only really remember it going badly one time. I mean, that's just kind of what I do. So,
All right.
absolutely
Never
not.
give
We're
up.
going to keep doing that. That's right. You never give up on the play. You keep
And-
buying time. That's our philosophy. And
Yeah. You came out and you attacked the Seahawks with the run to start. Is that something you were kind of excited to unleash? at the
absolutely.
start?
I was very
Yeah.
excited to just run the ball down his throat on that quarters overload defense.
You definitely came out running. I was surprised. Maybe Doc wasn't as surprised, but I was surprised, and it looked good, and you were doing what was working. So I commend you for that, because I know you're not that fond of doing it, but you did it, and it was a good first drive, because you did throw a couple picks. You threw one pick that, or at
Probably
least one
should have
pick,
thrown more.
and the pick to the sideline was an
I threw one
ill-advised
pick,
throw.
couple picks.
Yeah, it was
one.
ill-advised. He toe tipped it in. So running all first drive prevents a moment like that from maybe changing the momentum some. So
Yeah, prevents
I
Tariq
commend you for
Woolen
that.
from dropping interceptions.
Yeah, I mean,
Uh,
you
he
know,
did
thought my
drop
guy
one,
had
that's
positioning, but they fought for
Tariq
it.
Woolen is a
Nobody was
beast.
able to come down with it. It was unfortunate. They thought Christian Watson had him there, but
Yeah. Well, congrats to you, Steady. You're going to be playing
Thank
one
you.
of two teams. Who are you more eager to face, Stinky or the Raiders?
I think I'd be excited to play Stinky. I mean, obviously, there's a little bit of bad blood there. You know, me and him, we absolutely hate each other. Like if he had an opportunity to murder me, I think he would. So, for us to
Yeah.
play in the Super Bowl, would be nice. And I really feel like these boys are ready for that matchup. So,
I think your team is primed and ready. You have a X Factor quarterback, and you have a lot of speed at good positions, and you use them well. So I commend you and what you did. And even though it pains me to see that your ability-laden quarterback usually or running back usually rides the bench, whenever he comes in, he seems to do good stuff. So maybe you just keep him fresh for those moments.
actually, that's what happened. He's ready to come in here in the Super Bowl after sitting for a while, and I think he's gonna go ahead and get the start there.
I love that. I love that. Well, congratulations to you, Steady. You're doing big things in a tough competitive league. And Doc, also good season to you. And I love you guys. So
Woo, yeah.
MKL Cast, just about done. Spit, you want to say anything? Spit gone.
I
All
think
right.
so.
Spit-
I think you went to bed.
I'll back
All
it
right,
up.
Doc and Steady, anything you want to say before you yeet the screen?
2K time.
I'm pretty
That's right.
proud to represent the NFC